There's some societies out there that when the warrior came home, the society would set that warrior outside the general population. And they would spend time with the old warriors. And they would talk about their war experiences. And they would work through their PTSD issues. And then they would allow them back into the general population. We don't do that in America. We bring them home, we discharge them, and we say, go into the population and be like them. Never can be like them, because that veteran's seen and done things that the general population's never done.
The Revolutionary War, the redcoats stood on one side of the field, the colonists stood on the other side, and we shot at each other. And then the battle was over, we went back to our camps, we cleaned up, we had dinner, we did whatever we had to do, and then we're going to go out and do it again tomorrow. And you fast forward through the advent of air warfare, of long-range artillery. Every time there's an evolution, people are put under more and more stress and more danger for longer periods of time. When we put these guys in the Middle East now, we're putting them in an urban setting, but they're under 24/7 danger conditions from artillery, from mortars, from snipers, we have long-range snipers now that hit accurately over a mile. So they are in a perpetual danger state. And now all of a sudden we have to gear them down.
Well, the Veterans Court was designed with veterans in mind. When they get involved with the criminal justice system, there are certain needs that they have that have not been met in other venues of law enforcement. We offer them treatment for anything ranging from PTS to traumatic brain injuries to, if they need it, financial counseling, anything that would be particular to a veteran's situation when he gets out of the service.
They are trained warriors. So when they come in contact with the police, they're maybe not quite as docile as somebody else. They have issues, and because of them, we are here, we are free. And I think we owe them a lot. And if we can help them in any way, I think we need to.
I'm the mentor coordinator for Essex County Veterans Court, and I train other veterans to become mentors. Our biggest objective is to be there as a resource for the veterans. The other reason that I do it is because there's too many people believe that you can go from that dark place and be 100% perfect. You're never going to be 100% perfect. And I could share that. I'm not 100% perfect and never will be. I'm 100% PTSD. I can stand there and talk to that young veteran and know exactly how he feels, and tell him what's going to happen, and tell him what he's feeling and the issues he's having. And it can be a total stranger, but it's the same thing. You know, it has little variations, but it's the same thing. I know one young Iraqi vet that had enough issues and problems that the police were very afraid that they were going to have to shoot him in the next encounter. But thankfully he came into this system here, and Judge Meyer allowed him to go to rehab, and that young soldier's in great shape today because of it.
In vet court, we call the group as a team. We have a judge, we have mental health professionals, we have law enforcement officers, we have members of the public defender's office, we have members of the district attorney's office, we have probation, we have treatment centers, private treatment centers, and we sit as a team and we evaluate the participants in what their course of treatment will be. It's all very confidential, but we can evaluate their progress, and then we bring them in and we talk to them. The judges up on the bench, and we sit, basically where the prosecutor and the attorney and law enforcement would normally sit, and we call the participants up and they talk, and we talk about how their progress has been.
We as taxpayers in this country need to have a special court for the veteran, and the reason for that is we want to turn them into productive citizens. It's a very difficult court system. In the last year, I've had 2 of my veterans end up in jail. One's got a 3-year stretch. And the reason for that is because it's very difficult to do what the courts want you to do.
You see, the thing with recovery is, it's recovery. People are going to relapse. People are going to do stupid things, especially very early on in the program, because they think, this is nice, I don't have to go to jail. but then you sanction them and they begin to realize that we are there to help them. And you know, you develop a rapport with these people, and in a lot of instances, people have never spoken to a law enforcement officer other than to say, yes, sir, and put their hands behind their back. And we try to engage them, in, you know, during court to see how they're doing. And you know, I think it gets rid of a little bit of the us versus them mentality.
It's hard for these guys, a lot of times, it's hard for anybody to admit a weakness, be it PTSD, be it a substance abuse, or you know, prone to violence, short temper, depression. But you got to remember, these are people that, whether they were drafted or volunteered, when you sign that enlistment paper, basically you're signing a blank check payable up to and including your very life. And that's a huge commitment. And I think we need some payback on that.
Every Vietnam vet that came home was not treated with any respect and was not given any choices other than you go to work, you do what's right, or if you try to self-medicate and you get caught, you're going to jail. With the Veterans Court, we have more choices for these young veterans. I went through all that with no guidance. As a veteran, I can give back to these young veterans. So that's why I do it, just for the satisfaction of helping to make these veterans and their families, because it's a terrible burden on the families, so they all can have a better life.
Appreciate it. Okay.
Local support for veterans coming home is provided by Twin State Technologies and the Cloud Splitter Foundation.